So if we saw reality how it was, we couldn't operate, we wouldn't be able to live. We'd just be wandering around like some insane donkey into the depths
the
of
problem
the
is this chaos theory is that you will have to show us, conclusively order emerging from chaos. You're going to have to show us an example. When you claim that we are a product of chaos, we are a product of an accident, we are a product of cosmic explosions, let's say, right? Because we start with the universe, we come down to the solar system, and then we come down to planet Earth, right?
I'm not sure. That's not really. I'm not sure. But what I do know is that God, there is divinity in beauty, and we can create beauty. We are capable of creating divinity
through our cognition. Would you agree?
Through the beauty of ideas, of art,
brilliant. So we have intelligence.
We have great intelligence.
Right. So can our intelligence, can our human intelligence that creates such beautiful things? For example, we have amazing pieces of art around the world. We have calligraphy. We have artists going back. I mean, we have sculptors, people who created sculptures, who were carving these beautiful statues and all those things. Yeah, all of this comes from human intelligence and human ability to do so, right?
Yes.
But my question is now, can human beings be a product of a blind, unintelligent, unplanned process? To be able to do all this, because human beings are very intelligent agents. We are very intelligent. We have cognition. We have a very high level of wisdom, let's say, right?
Yes.
Can human beings be born, or can human beings be a product of a blind, unintelligent process? Can non-intelligence produce this level of intelligence?
I'm not sure. But what I do.
So we leave it there.
But what I do know, and I'll say this, is that the greatest journey you can go on is in your own mind. There is an almost infinite number of ideas and concepts you can build and explore. I think God has come from the human mind. We have not come from God's mind.
Right.
And I think that the beauty, the structure, the order you see around you is also a product of human cognition. And I actually think religion, because the human mind, you can wander through the beauty of your mind, the landscape of your mind. And I think religion actually creates a cage around your mind. It prevents you from exploring all of the realms, all of the possibilities.
Okay, let me address.
I suppose that's why I'm also.
We have company. This woman is following me around.
She likes you.
Maybe she likes me, but I don't like her.
No, that's a rather interesting.
I don't like her. I don't like her.
No,
because she's not. If she likes me and she thinks I'm going to be attracted to her like this, she must be smoking something.
She needs to change her strategy.
So anyway. So coming back to your points, this cognition you mentioned and the ability to produce such beautiful pieces of art.
Yes.
Okay, around the world. You're saying this is our own creation in the mind. This is our perception. It's not real. Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying that God is our own.
Forget God for a second.
Okay.
Forget God for a second.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where,
I'm saying this beauty that we appreciate and we all call beauty.
Yes.
Right? When you look at a peacock, and when a male peacock is fully with its aesthetics, its tail out, those patterns on the tail of the peacock. When we look at that, we all can say that this is beautiful, right? This is intelligence. We need intelligence to appreciate beauty. Without intelligence, we cannot appreciate beauty. Yeah. Likewise, I'm asking, we clearly have intelligence and cognition. Mm-hmm. Can this cognition come from an unintelligent process? Can non-intelligence give us intelligence?
I think that's one of the great mysteries.
No, it's not a mystery.
Well, exactly.
It's very straightforward.
But the problem is because you exist, your mind exists within a religious structure. You have an answer.
Ignore her. I'm not attracted to her. Ignore her.
Yeah. Nor am I actually.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
No.
She gets paid for this. I'm sure. You can't do this for free. You cannot do this for free. She must be getting paid some good money because this is so low. This is so unbelievably low behavior. Such low behavior, you cannot do it voluntarily. right?
Don't try on this like.
Is this your bag? You can hang it here. You can hang it here.
Oh, it's all good.
Yeah. So my question
I
stands.
suppose like you're in your worldview, that question has a clear answer. But I think one of the great things about being human is diving into different worldviews, going into Christianity, going into Islam, and pulling out the best ideas and then hanging them like you would hang paintings in a gallery. I think we should have a healthy skepticism. We should admit we don't really know, but we can seek beauty. We can attempt to find truth. We're all on a great journey in the unknown, seeking truth. And it's very good to be here on that journey. So we want sometimes we're ambushed.
But are you interested? Are you actually interested in what I am asking about? I'm asking about whether our intelligence, which clearly is a reality, right, is a product of non-intelligence. Do you have an answer to that? Yeah. Or do you think it's a higher intelligence that produced our intelligence?
I believe that. Well, I'm not. The issue is I don't really want to go into a conversation about biology because that's not where my background.
It's not a question of. It's not a question of biology.
Well,
it's a question of simple human reasoning.
Yeah.
We are trying to reason with each other. And an agnostic view is, I suspend judgment. It may be either or.
Yeah.
Right. That's an agnostic. A deist or a theist or a Muslim, let's say, okay, a Muslim like me, we have very strong reasons to believe in a supreme, intelligent, wise, powerful entity. Because looking at the solar system, for example, alone, it forces us to contemplate a powerful entity that must have created it, because it's so finely tuned and is so rightly placed in its constant for us to be alive, for our lives to exist on this planet. It's like a clock. For example, the sun is 93 million miles away.
Yes.
And it's in the right spot, it's in the right constant for us to have life here. If the sun is moved from its constant, backwards or forwards, we would cease to exist. So it's exactly placed for, and the Quran amazingly alludes to that. The Quran says, "Ash-shamsu wal-qamaru bi-husban." Okay, the sun and the moon have been placed mathematically. Now the sun makes the Quran makes this claim.
Yes.
It's a claim to some sort of truth that check. Sorry. Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. But look at this claim now. The sun and the moon have been placed mathematically. Let's check it out. Is that true? Now, an Arabian shepherd in the 7th century who was reading this book or this text, he made this claim. Okay, he could not possibly make this claim at that time. Could not, because he didn't have the calculations. He didn't have any access to Ptolemy or his works. Even if he had access, he couldn't read those works, right? He is making this claim that this book came from God, and is saying the moon and the sun have been placed mathematically. It's only recently, let's say 200 years ago, astronomers or people like Isaac Newton, okay, Isaac Newton, when he calculated the heavens, when he started looking into
what you mean by placed
mathematically means that implies, what that implies is power and intelligence. Okay, without power and intelligence, you cannot do mathematics. Would you agree?
May I ask you a question?
Would you agree?
Yes.
Yeah.
May I ask you a question? You accept there is a physical world, and then you accept there is a mental world, and humans inhabit both.
Yeah.
We have ideas and we have physical reality, and I believe that God exists purely in the mind, and religion pushes God into physical reality. But may I ask you, where does God lie? Where does he lie? He lies in the mind, but where does he lie externally to us? I know he's beyond. Yes.
So, sorry, I missed your point.
Sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, do you see the point I'm making?
I suppose
with regards to that they are mathematically placed, the sun and the moon,
yes.
and that implies power and intelligence. can we ignore that? Can we ignore the fine tuning in the universe and fine tuning within our own bodies, fine tuning all around us?
Well, I think the human mind is developed to have social relations, to hunt, to eat. So to try and use the mind to think about these incredible ideas, it's an inadequate tool.
What you're saying is
to really understand whether this is all a sign of intelligence.
No, our minds are not inadequate. Our minds are very adequate in understanding these realities. These realities we are discussing are very well known to human beings.
There's a barrier between reality and our mind. There is a barrier.
So human beings can, through reason, reach certain conclusions, right? So for example, these cameras and these phones, when I put these cameras and phones in front of you and I ask you, are they manufactured or they are a product of a blind process, unplanned blind process, you will naturally respond by saying these are a product of a process. There is intelligence and power behind this stuff. Would you agree? Right? Would you agree?
I would.
Okay, but when it comes to your eye, but when it comes to your eye, it is much more powerful than that camera. Your eye has a more powerful focus capacity than this camera will ever have. My question is now, okay, you are willing to postulate a creator, a planner, and someone powerful behind this camera.
Well,
but when it comes to your eye,
I know it's been made in a Chinese factory.
How did you see it? Did you see it being made?
Well, it's clearly a human product.
How do you? What do you mean clearly? Have you been to a factory? You've seen the phone being manufactured yourself?
I haven't.
No. What's happening is you're using your human faculties to calculate that because there is this talk in the town of these things being manufactured. I believe those people who say that this is manufactured. Number one, wait. Number two, you can see that it's sophisticated.
I didn't go into a forest and see iPhones hanging from trees. They're not picked up from the ground like potatoes. iPhones are a product of an incredibly sophisticated international system of trade and commerce and human cooperation.
No, I was going to tell them to move away. Can you tell them to move it? Because once she barks for a few minutes, she will walk away. Yeah. She's barking. She's specifically, she's standing next to us because she thinks we're not going to stop because of her. Yeah. So
I suppose when you ask about whether the human eye is a product of intelligence, I think you can refer to kind of evolution to really answer these questions. But to the deeper question about where does life actually come from, this is of course a great mystery. And
no, it's not a mystery to us.
To go back to my original point, in your system of belief, you have a certain answer. And I'm saying if we're going to really deep down be intellectually honest with one another, deep down we don't really know.
We do know.
You can believe in your faith.
But how can you claim that we don't know?
But deep down you can never be 100%
Okay,
sure.
what can we know? Let's talk about what can we know.
What
can we know? What can we know? Is this camera fine-tuned to do a specific job?
Yes, I'm sure. Yes.
Yes, and you are now willing to agree that it has a creator, it has a maker. Yes. Yes or no? Wait. We'll go step by step. Yeah. Wait. Is the solar system more finely tuned than this, or less finely tuned than this?
It's more. I don't know if these concepts can really be applied to the universe.
No, solar system. Forget about the universe. We're not going to the galaxies and the universe. We're speaking. It's the solar system.
Well,
does it appear to be finely tuned, or it's a product of?
Well, that's an interesting question. I suppose it's from what perspective you look at the universe.
No, is this finely tuned? The camera.
I mean, do you mean it's finely designed?
Finely tuned, designed to do a specific job.
Yes. I hope so. Yes.
Is the solar system more sophisticated than this, or this is more sophisticated?
The solar system
is more sophisticated. Brilliant. Is it finely tuned to do a specific job?
Not that I'm aware of.
Let's talk about it. The solar system gives us the right amount of heat, the right amount of light, the right amount of radiations, okay, for life to exist on this planet. If there is no life on any other planet, to our knowledge, to date, we have a lot of technology. We have reached.
May I just focus in on really what I'm guessing at here? You come from a position of certainty, and I come from a position of uncertainty.
Right.
And I believe my position is intellectually stronger because I put my
How?
hands up.
But
and say,
because you're failing to answer my question.
No, wait, can I just finish? I don't really know, and actually I think when you put your mind into when you shackle your mind in the chains of certainty, when you put it into
wait.
structure of
Sorry,
certainty,
forgot your name.
Strabo. You're
Strabo.
actually
Strabo.
denying yourself. You're denying your imagination.
No.
To
Strabo. I think you're being intellectually dishonest now. No, wait.
I miss what you.
When you contemplate a maker, a creator for the phone, I'm not accusing you of putting your mind in a box or in a basket, and you're confining your mind to that particular conclusion, because you can see clearly there's a maker and there's a designer to this. No, wait. But when I say the same thing for the solar system, you start accusing me of putting my mind in a box. No way. How is that intellectually honest? You make a conclusion about this device, and I'm making the same conclusion about a bigger device or a bigger entity than this, which is far more sophisticated, which needs far more power, a lot more power than wisdom and calculation than this phone or this camera does. And you're telling me that I put my mind in a box.
You know, I agree with you that the solar system, the universe, is infinitely more complex, and it is for that very reason I don't like making large statements about it. It is so complex. The human mind is simply inadequate to really.
Is your human mind adequate to understand that this has a maker and a creator and a designer?
Yes.
Okay, so why is your human mind incompatible, or why is your human mind incapable of making the same deduction or same calculation for the solar system? Why? Because you're refusing to extend. You're refusing to extend the same argument to the solar system. You want to stop
very
it.
Different.
No, it's not.
Firstly, I actually know it. I could go to the factory. I know that this is a product of human invention.
You've never been to a factory. Wait.
I wasn't at the beginning of the universe. I don't know.
No. Wait. You have never been to a factory, have you?
Not that. I don't even know what phone that is.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's a phone. It's visibly a phone,
looks like a good
right?
Camera.
You've never been to a factory?
No, I've never been.
So your knowledge is based upon testimony, right, of other people. Other people have been talking about factories. Wait.
It's not entirely based on testimony.
Yeah.
Because when I go into nature and I look at the trees, I don't see phones growing from them. In fact, 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 20 years ago, I was growing up in a world without these, and when I was younger.
So let's talk about a peacock. A peacock is born of an egg, right? There is an egg. When a female peacock lays an egg, you break it, it's liquid, right? But there is something happening inside that egg. You give it the right amount of heat for the right amount of days, okay? And then a species is born or it emerges from the egg. And when the species grows, there is immense beauty in it. There are colors that you could not possibly get inside the egg and paint those colors onto that species. So there is something happening in nature that we are ignoring. So there is clearly like the design, the pattern on the tail of the peacock.
Yes.
Okay, the beak. Okay, the color, and it's not like for example, it's not very. The colors are very stable. They are visibly aesthetic. Okay, yeah.
Sorry, may I just? I think the very big difference between our different worldviews is that I'm still on a journey into the unknown.
I agree.
And you've reached the certainty.
I agree.
You are not on that intellectual journey. You have reached certainty, and you are. If I can be very.
Do you want to take over?
You are sort of. You are in a position. It's certain. It's stagnant, and I would just ask you to to admit that perhaps you are not entirely certain deep down. And
I
that
am.
is actually the mystery.
Wait. No, don't speak for me.
Oh, yes,
I'll tell you.
okay.
I have many reasons to believe in God. Many, not one. I'm only discussing one with you. I'm only discussing the solar system as one piece of evidence that points to a greater power, a greater intelligence. This is the point I'm making, right? When I look at the phone, I see intelligence and power, right? Likewise, when I look at the solar system, I see a greater power and greater intelligence. Wait. Because it's mathematically tuned. It's finely tuned, right? The sun, if it's taken away from its constant, few miles, okay, we would freeze to death. If it's brought forward, okay, to put it in very simple, crude terms, we would burn to death, right? There would be, when heat increases few degrees on our planet, we start to have famines, we start to have droughts, and when it rains more than necessary, we start to have flooding. Here, we know that there is some level of stability on planet Earth for us to exist this long, because we've been here for millions of years, right? At least most species have been here for 500 million years, right? Let's say starting from Cambrian explosion, coming to our time, okay? Human beings are the last of species to emerge in the fossil record, to my knowledge. Is that correct? Okay, or one of the last, yeah.
I wanted to ask you about certainty.
Yes.
You said something interesting. Do you believe certainty is intrinsically something bad?
I don't.
Wait.
No, because I'm
Certainty can be a great thing.
Okay.
Certainty can be a great thing.
Okay.
And there's, like, I can
Stay here.
in my love. Just to.
I want you to continue with this conversation.
I
Stay here.
What I'm really saying is that
Leave this mic on him as well.
It's Strasbourg, isn't it?
yeah, we have actually. I think we've met.
Bravo.
Yes.
Strasbourg. We had some very nice conversations a few years ago. You've got a nice beard now.
Thank you. Yes.
On the way to becoming
Partly
Muslim.
inspired by you. I'm halfway there already. Yes. Very tranquil day. I like Speaker's Corner.
Yeah.
You know, you've got the harmonious sounds of debate coming from
Right, we do.
different corners.
We do. So going back to your point about certainty, Adnan said he's certain. You objected to that. But if I was to ask you, there's nothing fundamentally wrong with being certain, is there?
No, not at all. No.
Stay here.
I think you can be certain you can be certain in love. You can be certain in many things.
Sure.
But I just think to place an entire system of belief and be totally certain about it, not to wander beyond it. That is a potentially dangerous thing. And in fact, it's not even dangerous. This limits what the possibilities that your mind could go through, the great journey, the great mental journey that we can all embark on. May I just put it to you, if you really wanted to live within one system, then actually going beyond that system and challenging it from different points of view is the best way to strengthen that. And I just don't see that happening an awful lot. I don't know if yes, please, sorry.
No.
That was yes.
I don't disagree with your paradigm. What I would say is some of the details I disagree with.
Yeah.
So for example, I love your idea that you question your beliefs. You should not inherit something, you should question it. I also agree you shouldn't have false certainty. I would say, however, sometimes certainty, like you rightly pointed out, can close the doors of other things, epistemic doors, which is not good.